Well, I'm really picking the good weather lately. Another perfect afternoon for flying, and I finally get to leave the circuit. In this lesson, I learned how to depart and enter the circuit in Class G, uncontrolled airspace. If you haven't done much flying at these type of airports, I think you'll find this lesson really helpful, as the instructor shares his recommendations and some good tips.
Brakes are on, fuel is on, quantity is sufficient, we've got 80 litres, so what we normally use about 15 litres an hour, Jab?
For circuit work, yes.
Yep.
On cruise, we plan on about 18.
18, okay. Throttle, well, 52 degrees, so won't need choke, so I'll crack in a mil. Choke is in, ignitions are both on. Boost pump on for 5 seconds. 5. Beacon is on. Look out. Clear prop. Put your hand on throttle. Start up. Oil pressure is rising into the green there.
Are you reading me?
1 2 1 2, yes.
Testing 1 2.
Yep, I've got you loud and clear.
So that's more sensitivity. Sensitivity, okay. Testing.
Yep, 1 2.
Get the weather.
Couldn't get it on the way in. Coming back from Cowra, so I think it's actually off the air. Yep, it's not working at the moment. Just have to read the old-fashioned windsock.
So, if you want to do a radio check, I mean, you can't know if the radio's working.
Yeah, if you make a transmission, listen for the beep back. Remember, we've got an AFRU unit here, so you'll get if someone's spoken in the last 5 minutes, you'll just get a beep after you speak.
Yep.
If they haven't, you'll get the voice prompt come back.
So do I just hold the button down for?
No, you actually have to transmit voice. If you just hold the button, you're just transmitting carrier, and the AFRU unit won't respond.
So what would you say if you just wanted to test it?
You'd
just
make a normal call. Just make a call and listen after you call for the beep.
Yep.
But if there's other aircraft around.
Fox Range X-ray, overhead fast point 3,200 on descend, tracking inbound. Going to join the circuit on downwind midfield to join 3-4 Wollongong.
You can request a radio check.
Okay, right.
So all you say is Wollongong traffic 5477, request radio check.
Okay, right. Yep. Okay, where are we? Radio is good. I think we're good to go. So it looks like he's using 3-4, but we'll taxi out and have a look.
Yeah. He's called it from way out at the training area, so.
Yeah. All clear there. Brakes are working. Turning left, skidding right, numbers decreasing. And turning right, skidding left, numbers increasing.
Right, so it's pretty calm. You've got a bit of a nor'easter.
Yeah, if anything, it's favouring 3-4, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
or 0-8.
But with that calm, you might as well take the long runway, the better option.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll do run-ups down there and then give a taxi call. No one on that taxiway. Is that the Neptune down there?
The one in the middle is the Neptune. The one down on the right is a Canberra bomber. It's a jet engine. A Cold War era bomber. English design. And the other, the twin engine aircraft, is the Caribou.
Another nice day. I've been picking them lately.
Yeah, beautiful today.
Alright, so he's taking up a fair bit of space, so maybe I'll go into this
Good idea.
triangle here, and
But you need to think ahead on how to position yourself. Wind's that light that if you're don't take too long, facing downwind won't be an issue. Otherwise you've got to go around and loop back up into the wind. Make sure you leave the taxiways clear.
yeah. Alright, let's get the brake on. Either. Okay, pre-takeoff checks, location. It's suitable. We've got a helicopter down there. Aircraft orientation kind of into the wind, not really, but it's should be okay.
We're going to go with that, okay?
Not too
All
hot
you do
today.
is just keep your eye on the CHTs, make sure they're not starting to get too hot.
Okay. Park brake is on. Controls full and free. And the correct sensor, yoke left, left other on up, right one should go down. Yoke right, right one.
Copy, approximately X-ray, downwind, touch and go 034 Wollongong.
Down, that's good. Full free correct sense instrument panel, perform flow scan. Alright, so 257, 25260. Got the altimeter here, so let's try and fix that. Should be reading about 30. So that's 1019. And see if they chart 1019, so they correlate pretty good. Airspeed's okay. And attitude indicator's pretty level. Master is on. Starter is off. Charge is on. It's going off with an increase in revs. Analog airspeed, radio's good, 127.3 and working, transponder on standby, 1200. The analog airspeed is okay. This turn coordinator looks pretty good. Ball's in the middle, we're pretty level. The altimeter's good, circuit breakers in.
Final touch and go 34.
Cabin 8, choke and car lead all in. Switches, beacon is on, nav is off, strobe is on, landing light is off for now. Avionics is on, fuel pump is off. For now, both mags and master are on. Right, flaps, check full range. Flaps are down, indicator down. Flaps are up, indicator is up. And fuel is on, and quantity, we've still got more than half a tank there, more than half a tank, I don't know, between 1/4 and a half, and just less than half correlates pretty good there. We've got plenty of fuel for the hour lesson. Okay, engine checks, run up, 1600. Alright, just let it settle down for a little bit. 1610, 1620. Left mag. Got a 30 drop.
Traffic conducting run-ups there, Wollongong. Just your intentions, Rescue 26.
Jabiru 5477's going to be taxiing runway 34, Wollongong.
Rescue 26, thanks.
It will be about another 1 to 2 minutes if you need us to move.
No, Charlie, we'll line up runway 0826 and just do some hover offs. We just don't want to blow you around then.
Yeah. Okay then.
Alright, about a 40 drop there.
Traffic Wollongong, helicopter rescue 26 will be...
Okay, Kirby heat.
Runway 0826.
Really move that aileron just then.
Runway 34, hover ops at above 100 feet. Traffic Wollongong.
Right, slight drop there, but
And came back up.
kind of.
If
Pretty
it's
inconclusive.
indeterminate, okay, yeah, we'll take your revs up a bit. About 1900 you'll get a better read. Okay, 1820. Give it up to 10 seconds. Okay, starting to drop now, 20, 10. Back in, 10, 20, up to 30, yep.
Okay. Alright. Carbon fuel pump on. RPM is stable.
Mark there, so my guys.
Engine T's and P's are in the green. And volts are above 13.3 degrees. Idle check. What did he just say?
Don't know who he was talking to. Or who it was.
Okay, we've got about idles 930. It's stable. Take it back up. Okay, set takeoff configuration. Fuel check is on. Boost pump is on. Flap set for takeoff. Flaps are takeoff.
We're going to Charlie, approaching again. Downwind, touch and go.
Flap set for takeoff. Occupants. Hatches are closed. Seatbelts are secured. And we're going to be departing runway 34 crosswind and coming in for a rejoin. Trim is working and sets for neutral.
What I'm going to see, that someone's got an open right there. Can you just sort that out, please? Rescue 26.
What, sir?
Open mic can't be us because we're not showing transmit.
And transponder, we will set to altitude 1200. I think we're good to go.
And Traffic Wollongong, helicopter rescue 26, we're lining up runway 34 and someone's got an open mic there.
Rescue 26, is it this voice? Negative. I can't hear anything.
Okay.
Rescue 26 is departing runway 34.
Alright, let's go.
We're on traffic, so we're approaching X-ray, base, touch and go 34.
They're going to plane on base. Don't think anyone's on 08, which they could be today. One there. Right, looks pretty clear. Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477's taxiing runway 34, crossing 0826, Wollongong. Okay, looks clear.
We're going to Sabia, approaching X-ray, final, touch and go 34. Wollongong.
These little volume knobs on this one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just go 1, 2, 3, Bruce.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
1, 2.
That's heaps better. Oh, I've been 2 weeks. I'm a little bit rusty, I think.
Rusty, yeah.
I got to think of what I got to do. Slow.
Yeah. Final's clear.
Yep, can't see anyone on base.
Base is clear. Haven't heard anyone.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477's lining up, runway 34, crosswind departure, Wollongong. No one on 16.
No.
So crosswind departure, I can keep climbing.
Probably, yeah. We won't be high enough yet on crosswind, but... Where's the Santabria? You got a handle on him?
I haven't heard him vacate the runway either. This is where we got this dip, isn't it?
That's right, yep.
So if you wanted to just check, oh, he's taken back off again.
You've got him? Yep.
So he's airborne and 600 metres ahead, so we're good to go.
Correct.
And better stop. Vital checks, fuel on, pump on, flaps are set to take off, and wind is pretty calm, a little bit to our right, and fuel flaps, trim, and wind. Trim is good. Alright, let's go. We've got good power.
And airspeed?
Airspeed is alive.
Good.
Alright, there's 45. Raise the nose. Alright, there's 65. Pitch for 70.
Charlie, Suburb Fox 90, Australia, downwind, touch and go.
Alright, flaps up. Go around Haywards Bay there.
Yeah, okay. Where would you go if you lost power at the moment?
There's a bit of a field down there.
Back around to your right, yep.
Yeah. A fair bit.
Options that way, not so good. Lots of power lines.
Yeah. Alright, so we want about 78, 80 climb.
Yep, good.
Departing the circuit. It's been a while.
Yeah. And once you think you're safe enough to get back, just bring that power back. Just that little bit. That's it. So then continuous climb. So just running about 90%, not 100%.
Okay. So you just want to lower the nose, I guess, a little
so
bit?
here's this danger point, people coming in to join downwind.
Yeah.
So you get a good look on there as you depart.
He was very quiet then. Was he quiet for you?
Yeah, that was the Santabria.
And mid downwind too, I guess people are joining.
Yeah, they're going to be coming in across you, but see they're further out and coming in.
Yep.
And by now we should be above them, but that means they're in your blind spot underneath. So how can you clear a blind spot like that? Either lower the nose to have a look, that'll give you a fair view just in front of you and slightly below. The other way to do it is check that you say clear on the left, and then turn into that clear spot.
Yep.
And check on the right hand side. So you
26 squared. 3.5 miles to the east. We'll join downwind runway 34 right.
So you're actually
Traffic does approximately X-ray, final touch and go 34 Wollongong.
clearing some air and then turning into it while you check the opposite one.
So departure call?
Yeah, it's probably a bit late now because you've already departed. So let's do an overhead join. So we'll return, come back over the top.
Okay.
3-4 is
Right hand circuit?
so we turn right.
Okay, so level off?
Yep. Have you got enough height to do that?
Yep.
Yep. So we'll level off. Overfly.
Alright, so we want 2,800. Let's get this trimmed up. Right, check left, check right. There was a guy joining crosswind there.
Wollongong traffic, I've got the rescue 26 joins late downwind runway 34 right.
So by saying late downwind, what's he telling you?
Well, he's quite far on the downwind where he's joining, so
He's joining right on the end of the downwind.
so ideally we could really join a 45 from out here.
Here, you could, except for the height management.
Yeah.
Runway 34.
You'd have to lose a lot of height quite quickly, wouldn't you?
So I could just start a bit of a descent here.
Yeah, but we were going to overfly.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, so
Overhead join.
doesn't matter if you're not 1500.
No. The minimum is 1500. You
Right.
can be as high above it as you like.
Okay, so 3-4. We want to overfly as right-hand circuit.
Turns final, runway 34, full stop.
Okay, so we want to join up this way and land that way. So we want to position ourselves over to that
Correct.
side. But can you still see the windsock? Do you normally want the windsock on your left-hand side?
You'll be able to see that if you're not crowded up to it. You'll see it all right.
So now give a bit of a call.
Now,
Right.
yep, because you're now inbound, aren't you?
It's about 2 miles to the east, 1,800, tracking overhead, join crosswind 3-4.
No, just inbound.
Okay. Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477s, 2 miles to the east, maintaining 1,800 inbound Wollongong.
Good, because we're going through the procedure where we're going to check the wind out first, so
Okay.
you may change your plan. At this stage, you're just saying you're inbound.
So you don't have to fly through the middle, you
You don't actually want to fly up the middle because the airport disappears under the front of the aircraft and you can't see it.
Yep.
So you always want to come around one side or the other.
And there's the windsock, so it looks like it's... So to me it's kind of hard to really tell. I find that quite difficult.
From some angles, it's very difficult to pick.
Yeah.
So, but it's not blowing up and down the strip, is it? That way. So you keep coming around and then you'll be able to see whether it's blowing from the east or the west.
Right, so it looks like it's coming from the... Yeah, it's quite difficult.
Yep.
Especially when there's not much wind.
Now you should get a good read on it. So see the the ring, the circle where the pole is,
Where it's pointing to?
and you can see that the sock is on that side of the pole.
Stay downwind for a full stop.
So we've got a very light easterly, but it's only a couple of knots. It's hardly moving the sock.
Alright, so let's say we decide 3-4.
Okay.
So we descend on the dead side and join up there.
Yep.
We can start our descent. So with descent power, it's about 2-2 typically. Or...
Yeah, that's okay. It all depends how quickly you want to come down. That's enough. You don't want to reduce the power a long way because then you're just cooling that engine right down again. You've got plenty of time to descend without having to do a very low powered descent.
really want to keep about... Alright. So what are we really looking for traffic?
Yep. Anyone else over this side doing the same thing? You got busy there and you didn't give anyone your intentions, but it doesn't matter. We'll just monitor the other traffic, continue your descent, and then call when you're joining crosswind.
So should I have given an extra call there? When you're just overhead?
Remember priorities, you were busy doing other stuff, so you did the right thing. And
But otherwise, once you've worked out, you say descending on the dead side to join crosswind.
you can update them. Because
Okay,
all you said earlier was I'm just inbound.
Okay.
Now you're over the top, you've made your plan, you can let them know what you're doing.
Alright, so I'm approaching 1,000. I want to get the nose up, the power back to 2.8.
It's Straight back to level attitude, power to cruise.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru Foxtrot X-ray, base for a full stop, runway 34, Wollongong.
So, where would he be? Yeah, down there.
So you normally give it before you cross, or?
Do it about now, yep.
Okay. Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477 is joining, crosswind runway 34, Wollongong.
And we want to cross it nice and square, and so you get your line of where you want to track. So square yourself up on the runway so you can see where you want to go as you join and fly over the top of it.
Yeah, I really want to be checking for traffic joining downwind here. This is a real kind of collision point.
Yeah, at this stage no, but anyone coming in on downwind, yeah, then
Yeah, that's
coming
right.
across from there.
So when you're doing this
if
join,
there's a conflict, we just would turn right
Yes, final full stop, runway 34, Wollongong.
and go back around.
no one joining downwind, no one on mid downwind.
Oh.
Alright, come around. Yeah, you get so comfortable just doing circuits, you forget how to climb and descend. And
Yeah. Come around, look for the runway, get your parallel line. Go, get your target, and then that's
Right.
sorted.
Brakes, testing off. Engine TCP's in the green, bolts are okay. Fuel is on, pump is on. Quantity is sufficient. Occupants are okay, and runway
We're all
is
organised,
clear
yep.
and suitable. So slow down. Back down to about 2-2. Alright, there's a wide up, flaps down, and we want about 70. No one on base.
No one joining base.
Bit more power, getting a bit slow. Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477's turning base, runway 34, touch and go, Wollongong. Alright, bring it around. Power. Carby heat on.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru Foxtrot X-ray, clear for runway 49.
Right, line's pretty good. Speed's getting high again. Profile's high. No one on final. And we're pretty high here. Get the power off.
And line, speed, profile.
Speed's good. Back around. Oh, I'm going to go full flaps. Whip a little bit.
Do you need to? Evaluate. Line,
Good.
speed's okay. How's the profile working?
Feel pretty high.
We're high, but what's happening to you? Are you maintaining that profile? Are you following that descent profile down, or are you overshooting it? Pretty well following it down, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yep. So we don't need to do anything. There's no need to slip. It's all working out nicely.
Alright, runway's clear. We've got a bit of a crosswind here. Light crosswind. Speed's pretty good. Hardly feels we're flying. Alright, so power is off. Break the nose a bit.
Transition into your landing attitude. Bit nice.
Alright, lower the nose. Carbine in, flaps are takeoff. Trim is neutral, full power. Alright, there's 50. Lighten the nose.
going? Can we lose power?
Straight down now.
Yep. Are we going to hit the cars? Yep.
Maybe.
Catch fence might save us, eh? What about now?
Straight up there.
Yep, up through that little horse paddock up the side of the buildings.
Are we still going there?
Now.
Come round to the left.
Yep. Be downwind and now.
Over there.
To the right into the wind, correct.
Alright, getting a little bit slow. I'll lower the nose. When you say landing attitude there, I still feel like I'm a little bit high. So that's why I'm a little bit reluctant to put the nose up. You think you can...
Yeah, but you want to start transitioning, don't you?
Right, you don't want to do it right at the last moment.
No.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be too flat, so if you do touch down, you're landing on all three. So if you're not quite sure, you think you're maybe still a little high, or you're not quite sure, you still want to start to bring the nose up.
Yeah. So departure call normally happens when? I thought you have to be above 1500.
No, you just, if you're departing now, do your departure call, so you tell them what you're doing.
So even though we're still in the circuit?
Yeah, because we're actually departing it, aren't we?
Okay.
Instead of turning downwind, we're just going to keep going straight ahead.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477's departing crosswind 34, passing 1000, climbing to 1500, tracking east, Wollongong.
Okay.
Is that right?
That's good.
Now when I'm talking, I'm feeling like I'm a little bit soft. When I'm talking with the... Like the intercom's okay?
Yeah, that's just your side tone. As long as you can hear yourself in your ears, then that's okay.
Yeah, just... I mean, it's not just, but it's kind of quite soft. Is that something to do with this? Or
It can be the headset, it can be the... you just want to turn your intercom volume up a bit, or it can be the side tone setting on the radio. But usually if your intercom volume is comfortable, then the side tone will be okay.
Alright, there's 1500. Reduced power.
Okay, so from here, what would be a logical way to join the circuit?
3-4, probably 45 on the downwind.
Mid-downwind, okay, so let's do one of those.
Alright, so might come round to the left, give us a bit more room.
Can you do that now?
Yeah, we're away from the circuit.
Once you're 3 miles away, yep.
So we're about 3 miles about here?
Yeah, the beach out is 5, so you're coming up 4.5 miles.
Okay. Alright, clear right, clear left. Alright, so you want to join mid-downwind, we're pretty much aiming for the middle of the runway.
Okay, and what height do you have to be at?
1000, so we want to start descent.
Yeah.
We'll start descent.
And inbound call.
Alright, so we're about 3 miles to the east on descent, joining mid-downwind 3-4. Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477's 3 miles to the east. 1,400 on descent, tracking to join mid-downwind runway 34, Wollongong.
Okay, good. So keep our eyes out for converging traffic already on downwind. It's going to be hard with the sun in your eyes. Anyone that's on crosswind is going to be coming straight up towards you now, so we should get a good view of them. We can always turn away.
No one's departed on crosswind.
Oh. We've heard nobody on the radio, but there still could be people on the wrong frequency or non-radio.
Alright, there's a
I'm
1,000.
aiming for, about the middle of that downwind leg. So, pretty much aiming towards the middle of the runway there, like that, as you're coming in. And then when you think your spacing's about right, 45-degree turn.
I guess the way I judge is, can I glide to the runway from here?
Yes.
So about now I think I can.
Okay.
So I'm going to start my turn. So I presume that's probably a good way of doing it.
I think so, yeah. You always want to be able to reach the runway from your downwind leg. So let's try it out. Can you reach the runway from your downwind leg? So we'll simulate an engine failure.
Carb heat on?
Yep. Go through the motions, carby heat, fuel pump,
Well, I can make this one, but
attitude.
actually we want to pitch for 65, 70.
Yep, so the same. Just hold that level cruise attitude.
Should there's some birds there.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477 is mid downwind runway 34, conducting light approach. Wollongong. Assessing. Profile, just like before.
Yeah, where he's going to...
For where you want to go, what does your profile look like? Pretty steep, and you're crowding yourself, you're getting in close and high, so you need, that's it, keep thinking ahead and position and think what you've got to do.
I'll put some takeoff flaps on.
Yep. Oh, so you'll just go full flap.
Full flaps, nose down a little bit.
And where's your aim point?
As close to this runway as
No
possible.
chance,
So.
yeah. 2/3 the way down the runway is the profile. See the profile again?
Yep.
It's always that profile, tells you pretty much where you're going.
Do some bit of an S-turn. Right, start the flare.
And now just start that slow process of bringing the noses out. You're lifting and the plane's not going up. So if you start to pull the nose up and the plane starts ballooning, then you just pause and wait for it to slow down again.
Yep.
But we'll go right to the end and we'll do a downwind departure. So we've only got about 1 knot tailwind. So we'll depart on
Flaps
16.
takeoff. Carb heat in. Trim neutral. Yeah, I kind of, initially I thought, just want to make sure we land. What I've really got to do is start, because I know the runway's so long, I give myself plenty of opportunity.
Stay a bit too high, yeah.
But now what I'll probably want to do is, I guess, assuming we've got, a small paddock, is really pick an aim point and really try and hit it.
Yep. But remember, keep thinking and looking about that profile, that angle, getting used to that angle down to the ground, and then you can see from where you are, you think, well, that's the angle I've got to follow to get down there. No good just looking to point saying, yep, I'm going to land there if it's not doable, if it's way too steep or way too flat.
Right. That went on 3-4.
Yep. And when you're back on the centre line, just do a mag check before we go.
Okay. Is that typically because you've been on a idle before?
We've been on a long descent. Motor's quite cool. In fact, it's not up to takeoff temperature yet anyway. If you have a look at your CHT, see your CHT.
Right. Vital checks, fuel on, pump on, flaps set to take off, trim is neutral. Now you just leave it at that to do a mag check? Or
No, just to warm it up a little bit quicker. See how cold your cylinder head temperatures are from the glide approach?
So I'd bring it up 1500 or something to do a mag check?
1600.
Right, 1630. 20 drop. Back up. 40 drop. 50 drop. Back up.
Okay.
Cylinder head temperature's in the green.
Okay.
Alright, we're good to go. Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477's rolling runway 16. Wollongong.
And this time we'll do an upwind departure.
Upwind departure. Wollongong. Alright, we got good power. Airspeed is alive. There's 45. We'll rotate.
feels a little different, doesn't it? A little sluggish. It's amazing what even 1 knot of tailwind does.
Yeah.
You imagine if you're trying to take off in a 10 knot tailwind. Okay, we'll just do an upwind departure and you'll see why I don't like doing upwind departures.
Okay. Okay, pitch for 70. Track at the middle of that little rise there.
Yep. I'd much rather always depart crosswind. So about now, we've still got some paddocks over there, we've got nothing on our left. We're still too low to get back, we can't even think about a turnaround at this stage. So if we have
those paddocks up there,
yeah, we start to have problems here, we haven't got many options.
There's a few options just over that rise.
We're at the height where we could normally turn crosswind, and by doing that, we're starting to stay closer to our runway.
Right, I see. So
while we're climbing, we're not going away from the runway, but now we're continuing to climb, but we're moving further and further away from the runway all the time.
Yep.
So for instance, imagine now if we lost power.
Yeah.
We've got enough height to turn around, but would we get back to the runway?
Probably not.
Okay, let's start a left-hand turn, and we'll lose power at the same time. And are you happy with that? What's in front of you there?
Hill.
High ground, yeah, so let's not fly into the hill, eh? Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477 is upwind runway 16, conducting simulated engine failure. Returning to runway 34, Wollongong.
Bit hard not to if you don't have any power. Alright, I mean we will make it, but yeah. Still got a bit of speed to wash off here. Just hard with the sun and coming from the left to really get a good visual sense there.
Like before, profile, look at it, see if we're following it or if it's changing. At this stage, profile down to our aiming spot's looking good. We're definitely in, so we can start to run.
I want to try and really hit the keys, so
okay,
definitely full flat now.
Yeah. And look at the profile to the keys, quite steep. You're going to be struggling to get there.
So can I slip it a little bit?
Okay.
Now when would you straighten up after the slip? About now?
Okay. Centralise everything, so centralise that rudder too. That's better.
Right, so start bringing that nose up. Alright, flaps. Take off. Carby 8 in. Trim neutral. Full power.
Enough runway left?
Hey?
Enough runway left?
Yep.
Just if you don't muck around. Just beware that trap when you're doing touch and goes. It's easy to start taking off right down near the end of the runway. So we're straight ahead, aren't we?
Yep.
Even now you wouldn't want to turn left because you lose a lot of height in the turn.
Yep.
Into the trees or power lines.
It's the attitude's just a little bit lower than what I'm thinking. I know climbing out it used to always be, maybe because we still got the flaps on, but I remember in the first lesson the nose was pretty much on the horizon, but
A little bit higher. Yeah, where is the horizon here?
oh, it's at the base of the
Base
escarpment there.
that's right, the base. So that's what it is. It's on the horizon.
But for me now, it's probably a finger or two just below. Maybe it's just the weather or the...
Yeah, could indicate you're not getting full power. Or we've got the plane heavy. We've both put on a bit of weight. You've got a lot of fuel.
Where's Hayward's Bay? So where are we
So
going
this
now?
time let's depart from downwind.
Okay. Alright, so no one joining downwind. Approaching 1,000. Downwind, we remain at 1,000 until we're at the end of the threshold, or past the base leg?
Down near the end of the downwind leg. As you're approaching the end of downwind, start to climb. And what have you got here at Wollongong that's a bit unusual at the end of downwind?
Hill.
Yeah. So there's no point in being pedantic and waiting till you're right on the base leg before you start climbing, and then find we're just skimming the top of the hill.
So you're mainly worried about people coming overhead at 1,500?
Yes.
So once we're kind of at the end of the threshold there, start climbing away.
Away we go, yep.
That way we're going to miss the people on descent on base too.
Yes.
See, from here to see the windsock, it's just very difficult to...
Well, you can see it all right, you're just struggling to work out which way it's pointing at this stage, yeah.
So it's obviously either going straight to me or straight to the escarpment.
Yes.
And so you just have to just wait, and it might mean that you have to wait, check on final...
When you come back around on the back of it, that's when you'll see it.
Okay, so we can start to depart now.
Yeah.
So straight into cruise climb, cruise power.
No, climb power.
Climb power.
Yes.
Yeah, to that ring.
Yeah. Continuous climb. Right. Cruise climb is what you were trying to say.
Cruise climb.
Yeah.
Cruise climb power.
Yeah. So climb power, climb attitude,
and at about 80 knots.
Yep. Hold the attitude. The speed will come back.
And departure call.
Yes.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477's departed downwind, runway 34, passing 1,300, climbing to 2,000, Wollongong.
Wollongong airport speaker.
So what did that tell you? That
no one's called in the last 5 minutes.
and
The radio's working.
correct. We're transmitting something. It might be unintelligible, but we are transmitting some sort of voice.
So, check the engine T's and P's in the green, volts are okay. We lower the nose and have a look every now and then.
Yes.
So we're really looking, what are we looking out for in this kind of...
Oncoming traffic.
Oh,
It's people coming across in front of you or somebody coming straight towards you.
Right.
Because when you're climbing with that nose up like that, you're blind.
Okay, so someone could be at 1,000 climbing up into us.
Yes, or you could have an aircraft over there,
Yeah.
which you can't see. But from your side, if you've got an aircraft over here, you won't see him.
Yeah.
The Jabs are pretty good. They've got a fairly low panel and low bonnet. You get in a 182 Cessna or something and you'll find you can't see anything. You might not even see the horizon.
Yep. Yeah, because we're going to be a bit further out, a bit higher up. Can you do your downwind checks as you're coming in, or you?
Yeah, sure. They're pre-landing checks, aren't they? Not downwind checks.
Yeah, pre-landing checks. Okay. Yeah, I've got a bit of dyslexia.
No, everyone calls them downwind checks, but
Yeah,
I just like to call them a pre-landing check, not a downwind check.
It's hard to fly and talk at this stage of my flying career. Hard to fly, think, and talk. Alright, so we're about 2,000, and we might
Level off, trim up.
That's pretty good, I think.
All good.
So you normally take the pump off at...
Yes.
So pump off?
Once you level off, pump off.
Just make sure that the RPM's steady.
Yeah, if anything starts to fluctuate or sound rough, we put it back on again.
Alright, so we've been for a bit of a local joy flight. Would you get the weather?
If you could, but we've already tried and we can't get it.
Okay, but if it was working, you've been out here for 10, 15 minutes.
It's
Get the weather.
It's information.
Alright,
isn't it?
it's not
all
working.
good
We're going
information.
to go back and turn around. Time to go home.
Okay, clear.
Now we're at 2,000. We could probably start descent now.
Yeah, just maintain your height just for the time being. Just see how the turn's going and feel how it's going. You get a little bit of an idea that you might be just spinning around a little bit on your wingtip or sliding out a bit at the back. you're not now because you've just fixed it.
Yep.
You just had a bit too much rudder on. You could feel the turn just, you know, as though the back of the plane's just skidding around a little.
Yeah, we've got to do a lesson where you kind of blindfold me and I kind of really concentrate on feeling those.
But it's more looking and just watching what's happening.
Watching what the nose is doing, yeah. So I had a bit too much left rudder in. Alright, so power down to about 2.5. So let's assume we don't know what runway's in use.
Okay, so we're going to overfly. Now, if there's been large aircraft around, like there has been today, or you're unsure, you remain at 2,000.
Okay, so let's
stay at 2,000 feet. And we're inbound, so we can just give an inbound call.
Alright, so
where are we?
About 3 miles to the south.
At?
To maintaining 2,000 inbound.
Correct.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477s, 3 miles to the south, maintaining 2,000 inbound Wollongong.
Okay, so normal cruise power, otherwise you'll find you start sinking, or you'll have to keep pulling the nose up to maintain level and then you can't see. And again, don't go straight for the middle of the airfield.
Okay.
Just decide which side you're going to fly up and fly up one side or the other.
Well, it's more about getting a good read on the visual on the windsock, I guess, at this stage, is it?
Okay. Yeah, but it's also, you don't want to lose sight of the runway.
Yeah.
So if you go straight over the middle of it, about now the runway starts to disappear under the aircraft and we can't see it anymore. So you always stay around the side so you can still see the airport. And normally with both a left and a right hand circuit, it does, you know, both sides can be active. Wollongong's peculiar because all the active circuits on the north-south runway are on this side.
Yeah.
So you know that no matter whether they're landing north or south, this is the circuit side.
Yeah. So I'm going to be descending down there somewhere on the left-hand side.
Yep. So it also means you could have positioned yourself to fly up that side, knowing that you were already on the dead side, and as soon as you got a read on the windsock, you could just start to descend and, you know, turn onto a crosswind.
Put the airport lighting on?
You can if you like. It's
Wollongong Airport, also lighting on.
Been keeping the nose straight and reading the on landing and reading the windsock is the two hardest things. It looks like it's.
Has it said anything to you yet?
Oh, it's obvious. It's either. It looks like it's coming a bit from the
Northwest.
northwest. Oh, it's pretty limp.
Yeah, I think it might be just hanging down pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty limp. So, in that case, 3-4 is what we've been using, and it's the favourite runway. So, we're going to go on the dead side and join up this threshold here.
Okay, so what's the next question you got to ask? You've picked your runway. You want 3-4.
I want to cross on the descend on the dead side.
Yeah.
And I want to cross about where I am now.
So which is the dead side?
That side.
How do you know that?
This is right-hand circuit.
That's right. That's the next question. Is it a left or right-hand circuit? So
now, if I want to cross there, can I do a left-hand orbit?
You have to get where you want to go by turning right.
So I should do right now?
Yes.
Ah.
So you turn right.
Okay. And then we can start to descend, or?
Not yet, because we're over the circuit, aren't we?
Right.
So all we do is go into a right-hand orbit to take us back around to the dead side. So that's the easy way to remember it. Just work out the circuit direction and then say, right, wherever I want to go, I've got to get there by turning in the circuit direction. And now you've got time to start to think about where the upwind threshold is and where you want to position yourself to be.
Well, I want to probably descend and do a bit of a right-hand turn, so I want to probably be down that.
But where do you want to join downwind? That's what I'm join crosswind. That's what I'm trying to say.
Up there.
Up this end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to be down that end as I'm descending.
So rather than do a tight turn and end up give yourself plenty of room. So just make a nice, wide open turn.
Yeah.
So that once you get on the dead side, you can just do that nice big loop around to lose your height.
So I'm going to go straight over there, over those houses, and then come back around.
Okay, good.
And we begin our descent once we've crossed the active runway.
This is still the circuit side, so we've got to maintain that overfly height. And now you've got all your ducks in a row. You can tell
Brakes.
I'm overhead at 2,000 feet on descent to join midfield crosswind at 3-4.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477's overhead the field at 1,900. Descending on the dead side to join crosswind runway 34, Wollongong. Is that right?
That's right. The dead side's a little redundant until you finally get to your runway number, isn't it?
Right.
Because you say descending on the dead side and somebody might say, yeah, but for which runway? There's 4 dead sides or 2 dead sides.
So what would you have said on that
I just said on descent to join midfield crosswind to runway 3-4. Or if you want to specifically be specific, you could say descending on the dead side of runway 3-4 to join midfield crosswind 3-4.
So I've got the power about to 2-2. Should I put the carby heat if I'm...
Yeah, doesn't hurt. It's a good habit to get into every time you make a power reduction. Put the carby heat on.
So I've lost about 500, so if I turn back around, I'll be well at 1,000 by the time I cross over. Is the theory?
Yep, that'll be nice. You're maintaining good height over all the houses.
There's 1,400, 90 knots. Where's that threshold up there?
So think about where you're going to go, draw the sort of the mental picture and say, right, I'll need to position myself to cross over there, tracking in that direction.
Alright, so approaching 1,000, so power back on,
attitude to level, power to cruise.
Alright, we're at 1,000, we're joining crosswind, give a call about now.
Yes.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477's joining crosswind, runway 34, Wollongong.
That's midfield crosswind.
Okay.
To be precise.
Yep. Now, let's assume that there's someone on downwind now and there's going to be a conflict.
Yep.
What do you do?
Quick check of the sock as we're coming across. You can see,
yep,
that's going to work. Okay, so now, there's a bloke coming in. You think you're going to conflict with him.
Tight.
Just make a right-hand turn. And if you're not unsure, you're still not going to sure how it's working, we just continue the right-hand turn and we go back out onto the dead side.
And what would you call
do
it?
it first. Remember, don't
aviate.
Yep, aviate first. Don't get bogged down thinking what you should tell people. Make sure you got it all organised first.
So something like was joining crosswind 3-4,
has now departed the circuit, will rejoin crosswind runway 3-4.
Yeah. Now departed the circuit, will rejoin crosswind.
Or just say where you are.
Yeah. Was joining crosswind 3-4, now tracking westbound and coming around.
Don't worry about all that, just now 1 mile west, positioning to rejoin.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477 was joining crosswind 3-4, now 1 mile to the west, positioning to rejoin for 3-4, crosswind, Wollongong.
So even in a call like that, it's still that same sequence and logic.
Yeah, position, height, intentions.
Yeah. Where am I first?
Yeah.
Intentions last.
Yeah. Because I guess that's what people want to know.
Yeah. They start hearing, they start to put the picture, he's over there, and what's he going to do? Oh, good.
Yeah, you don't want to overcomplicate.
No.
Use too many words anyway, so.
That's all they're really interested in. Where are you now, and what are you doing?
Alright, so
this time we said, okay, that's good, that bloke's well out of the road.
Alright, so no one's taken off on 3-4 on base or downwind, no one's joining mid-downwind. the sock's kind of favouring 0. Oh, it's pretty limp again, isn't it?
It's gone to sleep. Best time of day now, the last half an hour of the day.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477 is joining crosswind runway 34, Wollongong.
Okay, you're doing a good job, so let's have another simulated engine failure.
Alright, I'll put the carby heat in.
The carby heat goes on, fuel pump goes on. Fuel pump on, level flight attitude, bit of trim, start to work out what you're doing. Fuel pump on.
Right, carby in on, fuel pump on, mags, master both on.
So, level flight attitude, that's going to give you close to best glide. A little bit of trim to hold it. Have a look out the window and work out what's happening. The profile down to this end of the runway is quite steep. You just picture a nice little curving track around there. It should work out okay. But don't get too close. You know, if you would have been better, just go straight for a little, then one continuous turn. See, by doing this, you've cut the corner a bit, and you're kind of starting to crowd yourself.
Okay.
But we're definitely in, so why not straight to full flat now? And you have lots of height, so why don't you just continue straight ahead, overshoot the turn, and come back again from the other side. We need to use up a bit of time to lose a bit of height. Good. Keep the nose down, so you keep your speed. That's it, good.
Alright. Nose coming up. Nose straight.
So it's looking right down near the end of the runway. That's it, nice. Holding the nose up as long as you can, it eventually goes down.
Alright, lower the nose.
Just roll out.
Carby it in. Flaps up. Trim neutral.
You don't really want to fiddle with the trim yet, because you really want to be holding the stick, getting in the habit of holding that, that stick back.
To what kind of speed though? Like to how long?
All the time. If you're in a tail dragger, you never let it go. You hold it right back till you park the plane.
Okay, right. So once you're basically at in the Jabiru, I
in
guess
the jabs you start to run out of hands, yeah. So if you see at the moment your left hand's sitting around doing nothing, but if you wanted to keep it on the throttle to hold the throttle back, then you need to let the stick go to work the brake. But you can put your hand through the middle like that and still hold that stick back a bit with the with your wrist.
Wollongong traffic, Jabiru 5477 is clear of all runways, Wollongong. So I guess so basically in the Jabiru, until we're at taxi speed, hold the nose off the ground. Or it's a good habit just to do it.
Hold the nose up while you're slowing down,
Yeah.
then put your nose down, but then once the nose is on the ground,
Keep the
back pressure on the stick.
Until we're about this speed.
Yeah. If you're on a grass runway, then you'll be holding the stick right back as far as you can the whole time, because you're trying to keep as much weight as possible off the nose wheel. So,
The Alpha,
yeah.
what's she doing out?
It had a run this morning. Byron, I wondered who was wandering around there.
I guess there's going to be, I guess there's situations when you're really taxing another aircraft to kind of head on with you, especially when there's no wind and people are using different runways. And
Yeah, but there's no need to panic, is there, if one of you stop? Because people quite often panic here, and let's say, so in this case all we have to do is come to a halt and see if he wants to turn down there. If he comes to a halt over there and kind of says, no, I want to go up here, then one of us can just pull over and let him through.
So it's just about having a conversation with him. Or her.
Yeah, but when there's turn-offs like this coming up, you've got two people coming towards them, 9 times out of 10, they're wanting to use that turn off anyway, so people start panicking, saying there's someone else coming the other way, coming the other way.
Park brake is on.
Okay, so we
Alright,
secure the
clean
plane,
up.
then we clean up the plane.
Transponder standby. Always around. Trim control. Switch off.
Pipes are up, yep. Switch off.